over on the blue side and Rampage over on the red side.
Indeed, we are. This is going to be an interesting one. We've seen a lot of interesting picks and bans over the last few days. Lots of priority putting onto the likes of the Jhin in the bot lane, seeing stuff like Jace in the top lane as well. Poppy always being pretty much an insta pick as well. So I'm curious to see what the teams try and bring out differently here today. Syndra, though, I think has been banned every single game of the tournament so far.
Yeah, I can't. I think you're right. I don't think there's been an instance where she hasn't been banned, but it's a blue side ban this time, so not leaving it for Rampage to ban away. It's going to be an Olaf ban as well as a Cassiopeia, heavily targeting the mid champion pool of both members. Again, this has been quite apparent in the last couple of days as well. Just these mid laners have been able to make such a massive impact on the game, so just reducing that champion pool is it's going to be very important.
Absolutely is, and Aurelion Sol taken away too. We've seen him a couple of times actually, and I think both times it's been against Drovik here as well. Had it banned away against him yesterday. Seems like they're trying to carry it on today, aware that he is a very good Aurelion Sol player. Olaf taken away against Tussle. That's an interesting one because we saw him on Lee Sin yesterday quite a lot, and imagine we may well see him on the same again today. Just didn't really carry the aggression through to the mid game after a relatively good early game. Jace also taken away. We've seen him both mid and top so far this tournament, both used to relatively good effect, not necessarily team carrying, but still to pretty good effect, full stop. And then Rise, we said it yesterday, we're not surprised to see this one taken away. It really excels in team environments.
Yeah, it really does. That realm warp is just absolutely devastating. We've seen it a couple of times in combination with various ultimates, and it can just be such a pain.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that does mean the Nidalee is open, and it is going to get locked away. And so that's been, again, another high priority pick for some of the teams. But realistically, going up against Tussle here, who normally does go for the Lee Sins, it might be in a bit of an easier matchup for him.
Yeah, so you'd hope anyway, but Jhin, Karma taken away. We've seen that quite a few times now actually in the bot lane as well. It excels really well because it gives Jhin the extra move speed, it gives the poke in lane, it enables him to easily get the Deadly Forage route down as well, so really good for ganks. And Karma also has her own CC, let's not forget. So it seems to be, the thematic for this tournament so far has been how much CC can we stack together all at once, and that worked really well yesterday for a few teams. If they caught one person, chances are they weren't going to be able to get away for a good 6 or 7 seconds. So more of the same coming through today by the looks of it, but of course these are only the first couple of picks for each team. We can't write any kind of composition off just yet. But having said that, then we see the Ashe Zyra lock in. It goes back to exactly what we said.
Yeah, this has just been a staple combination of bot lane champions throughout the whole tournament. Zyra, just that extreme heavy damage early game. I want to say burst mage, but she's a support player as well. But she's going to be an absolute terror to deal with in the bottom lane. I mean, we have seen Karma's being picked into the Zyra, so having the Karma pick up first and then the Zyra going through is kind of interesting because Karma is quite. Am I a little bit behind? Okay.
Slightly.
Slightly behind. Okay. Or ahead. I don't know. But
probably ahead.
Probably,
we'll sort it out when we're in game.
Alright, okay.
Well, brand lock in there. Wow.
That's I'm assuming that's going towards Lemon here, or possibly Pupil, and then Karma flex to the mid lane. They are putting a lot of eggs in Merrin's basket on that Jhin.
This is really interesting here. Bran, we haven't yet seen this tournament. We did see, of course, see him at Worlds a couple of times on support, but haven't seen him taken in the mid lane. That would be really interesting if we do see him get taken in the mid lane. I'm sure everyone would love to see a high skill Brand in the mid lane and see what magic he can work there. To wait and see, like you say, if that does end up getting flexed down to the bot lane for Pupil, and we see Karma taking the mid lane instead. I think the Brand works obviously really nicely as a support because you can build like a Revitalize later on. You do so much damage in the late game regardless of what you seem to build. And then also, it's just nice to have the poke in lane. Easy procs of the Spell Thief's Edge passive. You get the stuns coming through from the Searing Flame as well. It's basically another Karma in lane without the shield and speed boost.
Yeah, and just a little bit more damage as well. More consistent damage at least. But that's going to be Lee Sin taken away for Tussle as well, so he's going to get his hands on that finally. But over on the other side, we do see Edward locking in the Victor for Drogovic. Now, Victor, again, has just been a staple mid laner in this tournament. And just really, realistically, the only strongest one left up. You obviously Cassiopeia banned already, and Sol, Rise, Syndra, they're all been banned away. And the next on that line is going to be Victor.
Yeah, I mean, we saw Victor, like you say, a good few times yesterday. It was pretty good as well, and worked out okay for them. Wasn't the most exemplary mid laner, I think, until he really got rolling. I remember off the back of the gank from, well, it wasn't the gank so much, it was the pentakill that he got in the game. For the rest of the game, he'd been pretty mediocre, and then just showed up at the perfect time in the fight off the back of Ku's engage. He dived in under Zac, got 3, and then in come the Victor, rolled up through 3 of them, and chased down for the pentakill, which was fantastic.
Yeah, he is one of those mages that if you can get him a stable laning phase in the early game, he just absolutely rolls off it. And no matter what kind of small incremental leads you've got, if he hits his 2-item power spike, he just becomes an absolute monster in the team fight with the Rylai's. But that does mean Lemon is going to take the Karma in the mid lane against that Victor. An extremely oppressive matchup for the Victor in the early game.
That's really interesting. I'm not sure how I feel about it either. Karma Med we used to see an awful lot until she received a couple of nerfs and tweaks just to lessen how oppressive she was. But I'm not too sold. I think the brand would have maybe been nice in the mid lane, although it would have been shut down quite hard, I imagine, by the jungler in Nidalee. It works okay. They still get a lot, like you say, it's a lot of eggs in the basket of protect the Jhin. You know, the brand is there for the CC for the damage to throw alongside him too. The Karma going to be good with the shields and the speed boost for the whole team, arguably as well. And if on the Karma, if you start getting ahead, it's really hard to shut her down because all you have to do is pop the shield on yourself, run forward, pop down the Inspire to root someone, and then throw a Mantra Q at them. It's so much free damage, and it really hurts as well.
That is not the match we're seeing, by the way. That was it's Rampage versus Vega Squadron. Are they predicting Rampage is going to go through to face Saigon Jokers? Is that what production is telling us? Is it scripted?
It's rigged.
Possibly. We'll wait and find out. This is a best of 3, though, however. So, first game on the way. We are going to step straight onto the Rift. Vega Squadron over on the blue side and Rampage over on the red side. Brand, a new pick we haven't seen in support in this tournament yet.
Yeah, we haven't. Let's do our time sync, shall we, while we're here?
Go for it.
Okay, 27, 28, 29.
Oh, I am way ahead of you.
31. Yeah, I know. Go for it. 33, 34, 35, 36. 37, 38, 9,
there we
40.
go.
In sync?
Just about.
We'll take it.
I'm on like 45 now. There you go.
That's fine.
That's fine. Okay, we're good. All right. Okay.
Damn these tech issues.
Oh, yeah. Good morning. I mean, the PCs have to warm up as well, I suppose. Now,
Yeah,
Brand coming up against
people.
the Zyra. Yeah, it's
PCs
not
too.
just the people, it's the technology as well, exactly. Can't just put the blame solely on them. Pick we haven't touched on, top lane, Aurelia versus the Echo.
That's an interesting one in itself. Now, I like the Aurelia going into the late game, sorry, the late game, more the mid game, sorry, when she gets the 2-3 item power spike. She's really oppressive and can bring down carries incredibly quick. And I think one of the big issues for Vega Squadron here is they don't have a proper tank. They've got the Echo who will build tanky, but when you think of Echo, you don't really define him as a tank. You think Trinity Force, you think full AP Echo melting your face off with 1Q. You don't necessarily think he's the kind of guy that he's going to be at the front line of the fight for you, causing disruption everywhere. Sure, he can slow people down, but that's not what his main role is. He's meant to be an assassin that's kind of inflects into this tank role, and he works nicely for like split pushing, but I think in a team fight, Aurelia may well just run away with this. If Tussle does well, he'll run away with it too, and then you've got so much damage coming out of this bot lane that I think it's going to be tough for Vega Squadron when it comes into team fights.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, they've got the CC. That's the benefit of having the Echo as well. But it's just landing it is going to be the issue. Obviously, they're going to want to get on top of Merrin. He's going to be fairly mobile with the Karma and obviously have a nice protection with the Brand as well. You see, the Brand into the Zyra, I'm just thinking about it. He can just destroy the plants easily. And I suppose that's another reason why you take these very high harass supports going into Zyra as well, just to kind of counter it. You know, fire beats fire, that kind of thing.
Fire beats fiery
Just literally, yeah, a fiery plant. Oh, she's got the Hornet skin, so a bit ruined it there a little bit. But Merrin taking so much damage as well. This is going to be, I think, a problem in the early game, especially when you don't have that pressure from Tussle.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough one. I'm waiting to see where Tussle makes himself known first. Like here, with him starting red side, you'd imagine him making an appearance in mid lane or on the other side. But actually, Zanzara here has actually finished off his double boss pretty easy. He's got a ward down the blue buff now, so he knows what Tussle's going to be doing, and his team will really appreciate that knowledge in terms of knowing where he's going to be. The question is now, does Nidalee capitalise on that? Does she head towards bot lane? Or does she try and go for the invade, which seems to be what she's going to go for here?
Yeah, she's going to spear on to... Now, Tussle knows exactly where she is, so she doesn't know where Lee Sin was. Now, she knows he was at Wolves, right? But now he's just going to come in and take it. There's just the pressure coming out from Vega Squadron's bottom lane, actually. Maybe they could have done a little bit more with that, because they have got the wave pushing.
They have indeed, yeah. Maybe they just thought, I don't know, vanilla, sorry, I think she wanted to get in and make something happen, but it was just a tough call. The top lane already going down.
It's just pop corrupting potions, run at each other.
Absolutely, yeah. Back to Lily for a second as well there. I think she did want to invade and try and take the blue buff away, but when you spend that much time and the jungler is away or there, she probably thought, Lee Sin should have been here by now. He should have been doing this blue buff. I need to leave because something is very wrong. And she was right, because, well, at the end of the day, Lee Sin was sat in the bush waiting for her. Would have been really risky to go for there. So, good call to kind of back off there by Zanzara. Doesn't want to go too deep early on.
Yeah, that does mean Tussle is going to make his way towards this top side. Zanzara is actually invading the golems on the top side as well. And if you just look at the early vision coming out from Vega Squadron, they've got so much of it. And that's going to be a landing, actually. Nice Q into dash away. Can she get the execute? No, she cannot. Non-Holy does manage to flash. Just with one auto attack gets the kill. But Tussle, is he going to be able to get some revenge? 2 flashing red health bars on the side of Vega Squadron. The spear on Nidalee does land. He knows where they both are. They knows they're here. Get some vision on the bush. Zanzara trying to run away. Q is flashed. And the teleport is going to come through as well from Yatori.
Oh,
Nemen is here. Can he do it? No. That would have been a beautiful snipe if he did manage to land it. But
flashed over here. They really want this.
They really do. She's going to come through. The Q does actually land. A few W's here. She might actually be able to get the kill. She does. Thunderlord's going off as well. Just manages to secure that one. Well, Zanzara was just on the complete wrong side of the map there to break any defensive play.
It's pretty bad overall, but they still managed to get first blood, and in the process burn what 4 summoners there maybe, and they didn't burn the Lee Sin flash. It was 3 in the end. So they've got first blood. They took 3 of the enemy summoners in exchange for just 1 of their own. I think that's, you probably say, worth on that one. It did also drag Karma away from lane, so she's currently fell down about 10 CS here to Vic in the mid lane, which is nice. I think overall it was a worth play.
Yeah, with Non-Holy as well, going back and get the triple starting item start. Dark Seal, Doran's, and Corrupting Potion. He's going to be able to sustain himself quite nicely in the top lane. I'm still waiting for someone to build Magi's. Not happened yet. When will someone do it? Will he do it this game? I don't know. We'll see.
Generally you buy it because it's such a gold efficient item and it only costs 350, and the bonus AP it gets you if you start getting ahead is great. The increased healing is great. Everything about the item is just really good for the early game, and okay, it might not have the health that Doran's ring does, but it's still just really nice to take in terms of keeping yourself sustaining up in the lane.
Yeah, just no one upgrading it.
Usually as well, if you buy Magi's, then you get a massive red target painted on your forehead.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that guy needs to die, and they'll just jump on you. It's the same reason why you don't see champions like Nasus, for example, in a ranked play. It's because exactly the same thing would happen.
Yeah, big red target. That guy is going to carry the game if we don't kill him pretty early, so let's just jump on him level 3 and kill him.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Pupil in the bottom lane. Yeah, he's had a bit of a tough time, same with Merrin. The first dragon available, Derry. Going to be a Mountain Drake. It's a good day.
Start.
The day is off to a good start. Mountain Drake, Drake number 1. We've not had too much luck. And maybe Non-Holy's luck is looking to change as well. He's level 6 now, so he does have the ultimate available. But Yatori is also there as well. Tussle is just going to go for these invades. He's really aggressive on these junglers.
He is. He likes to play this, and yesterday we saw him do exactly the same thing. He played quite aggressive early on, but just couldn't carry that aggression through into the mid and late game. Now you compare that to someone like Yijin, who we saw doing that for the Squadron Jokers, and well, changed completely. He kept that going. He maintained aggression all throughout. Unfortunately against DP, of course, didn't work out for them in the long run of things, but we do get a chance to see him play that delightful Lee Sin once again today. And I can't wait to see actually how the second series goes, obviously, when we find out which team from this best of 3 will be playing against them this afternoon.
Yeah, not so secretly, I do want to see Tussle go up against Yijin because they are both Lee players, and I want to see what team actually wants to prioritize it and how they can play against it as well in the jungle, because it's always an interesting matchup when you've got both players that are so good on the Lee Sin and then one of them is forced on another champion. Non-Holy though, he might be in a little bit of trouble there. Yeah, stun does come up, parallel convergence does come down. It's get the stun on Tori here. Non-Holy with that passive is really, really fast, and Tussle trying to follow. Q does land, but Pupil's here as well. Nice ultimate bag, but Tussle saving the Q. Came back, kicks in, and Yatori is just going to pick up this kill most probably. Q in will get the kill. Not even needed. Equilibrium Strike does pick that one up. Beautiful save there from the Resonating Strike from Tussle to follow that one back in. Sonic Wave, I mean. Follow that one back in.
I've still got a question. What on earth a brand support is doing in top lane at 8 minutes 30, mind you. Okay, he got up there and he got an assist. And to be fair, he also forced the Echo to ultimate there, which was nice. And it worked out for them. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. It worked really well. But fair play for the rotation. But that was a crazy kind of abandonment there. And in fact, look at what's happening here in bot lane. There's 4 blue team members surrounding them here.
Purple is here as well. He's actually trying to just back off a bit, trying to just make Zanzara cannot escape. That's a lot of damage already, but no, Drobovic comes in. Just destroys Merrin. Merrin even blew 2 summoners there. Pupil wasn't near him. Oh, Lemon. A little bit of trouble. Oh no, the roots do advance. The roots do lock him up and he gets stunned up by Gravity Kill. Pupil is here though. Look at this brand damage early on. Absolutely ridiculous. And now Yatori is down in the mix as well. Non-Holy is here. Lemon gets sniped out by the laser. He's going to flash forward as well as a 2v3. And Yatori is stuck in actually a 3v1 situation. He goes down. Double kill for the victor. And now Non-Holy picks up another kill. Tussle going really low. Q landing on... he gets the Q on the wrong target, but picks up the kill anyway. But that's actually going to be a triple kill for Drobovic this early on in the game.
That's massive. I'm sure you're aware of being a victim main yourself. It's really scary when you get this far ahead on the victim. You get that easy wave clear. You can get the Rylai's early. I know. This is crazy being this far ahead at this point. Really well played there. A little bit scrappy as a fight overall, to be honest. Both TPs having to come down. A bunch of summoners being burnt. But touching back on what you said at the very start of that as well. Pupil did so much damage early on. In fact, when he was facing up against Zanzara up in the bot lane when they're between towers, Zanzara had to run away because Bram was doing so much damage there. It's crazy how much he can do, and he doesn't even have any AP items yet.
And that is Brand support in a nutshell. Or Brand mid lane. Just does so much base damage. It's just absolutely insane. And yeah, you're right. Maybe a bit of a sloppy team fight. But having Drobovic ahead is going to be really, really helpful for them. Maybe they're looking for a fight here. Drobovic, he's got his upgraded hex core at 10 minutes. Like, that's how far ahead he is. It's pretty insane. People doing a lot of damage, though. He's got Moby Boots as well, and that's possibly why I went for the roam top lane. Drobovic is going to be able to just suppress Lemon a little bit under his tower to start off with now, and it's going to be a little bit of a problem for Lemon in the mid lane, but if they do go with the strategy of just trying to protect Merrin, maybe it'll work out anyway.
Definitely the hope for them anyway. They need to keep this Jhin alive and protected. That's kind of the whole point of this comp, I feel, that they've got so far. It is to either get in the backline and stop them jumping on your AD carry and let him open up the curtain call from afar, or keep him alive with this Karma in the mid lane. Of course, my issue with the Karma in the mid lane, in fact, I like the Karma to be fair, because here what she's doing has gone towards the Athenian Holy Grail. Of course, that got changed to be more of a support item, so it works really nicely to keep your AD carry up and alive.
Yeah, just giving those added heals later on in the game just really does help. Tussle looking for a gank on Unholy now. Unholy does have ultimate. Parallel Convergence comes down. They actually kick him out of it, but he still gets stunned up. The ultimate coming through as well. Pupil trying to get the kill. Enchanted Crystal Arrow just flies completely wide. And the bounces there from Brand's ultimate didn't actually bounce towards him again. So, Non-Holy, he's burning alive, but he's still going to make it out of that. And Drobovic did roam to the top lane as well to try and relieve some of that pressure. And Zanzara's making the most of it also. Oh, Drobovic. A little bit too far forward. Well, he just got... okay. That was a little bit aggressive from him. Just gets absolutely melted by the Brand.
A little bit, but he's looking pretty good in terms of item now, of course. Got the Perfect Storm upgrade too. Got to make good use of it here as well and not get caught out in places like that. But I'm sure Yatori will be appreciating that gold he's just got. He has finished Trinity Force now too, so he's going to be even scary. It looks like they're going to rotate him down to bot lane here to go and shove this tower in.
Yeah, Tussle does get locked up there. A lot of damage from the Zyra as well, but Pupil is on the side. Here come the ultimate. Stranglethorn's coming out, slowing down Pupil. Pupil has no mana. He is so squishy as well. He just falls instantly to Zanzara there. Nice little pick-up using the Stranglethorns as well. That zoning tool we were talking about the other day, just so effective. Yatori down in the bottom lane now. No TP to answer that either. And the vision game coming out from Vega as well is just absolutely just crippling to Rampage at the moment.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow. Tussle's actually going to go in on this. Does get Edward back, but Tussle just gets caught up. Maybe a little bit too aggressive. No team to follow him up. Now Yatori's in the mix as well. Zanzara does end up going down, but Blasting putting a lot of DPS down in the backline. Drobovic almost going down. Last shot kills him. but he does manage to get the return kill as well. The minions finishing him off for that kill, but Vega Squadron, they've got 2 towers up and a 5k gold lead at 13 minutes.
Well, that was
have a look at that replay. What happened there?
Yeah, this is a bit of a crazy flash in from Tussle, if I remember correctly. He just flashes over and goes for the kick on Edward. I think he was hoping to then get a Q, but the exhaust came down. It was a bit of a panicky moment, and he thought, you know, maybe I shouldn't here, and he just get himself brought down, of course. And Yutori gets himself in a bit of a mess. Zanzara goes down as well on Yutori's exit. He also falls. I'm not sure really why the gym was trying to go so kind of deep on this one. Did kind of get the kill in return, but it still wasn't the most ideal scenario for them, I don't think.
No, definitely not. And with that tower going down as well, it's going to be a lot of pressure in the mid and bottom lane. We'll see if they can play around that. And now bottom lane from Vega Squadron are just going to roam top, just force this tower down. That's going to be a very, very difficult game for Rampage to come back from. And Tussle, you know, he had a good early game, but at the moment with these towers falling, he's just not been able to get the right flash kicks. Trying to go around here. Ooh, wow, that actually just hit the plant as well. Counterplay at its finest, coming out from Edward.
I'll be hoping
Plant's just body blocking skills. It's so annoying.
Doing a pretty good job of it so far. But let's take a step back for a second and look at what's going on in the game in general. There's 4k gold here advantage for Vega. There's currently 2 towers on their side, 1 dragon, and Rampage have yet to get either of those 2 on the board. 10-7 in kills. Most of the kills sat in the top lane here as well on the Aurelia. I think the Karma's doing nicely as well. She's 2-1-2, but has gone for that more supportive build, so it doesn't have a lot of AP. It's more about, like we were saying earlier on, keeping this gym big. And he's currently 0-2, hasn't finished an item yet. They're going to have to wait much longer for this to kind of roll up.
Ooh, the snipes are coming out as well. That Enchanted Crystal Arrow did land onto Tussle, but he does safeguard back to Pupil. The damage from there was just absolutely oppressive, and Blasting actually almost takes someone down. Unholy actually does get the TP in, and he does use the ult to get back, but Victor's going to be here as well. He is so strong at this point. He's going to run under the tower here. Yutori's going to get locked up actually. Beautiful W coming out from Echo. That parallel convergence was perfect to set up those 2 kills. Pupil, the last man standing in this top side, with Lemon just farming in the mid lane, and now he's only just making his way up, Derek.
Well, this is really worrying for them here. It's so easy to push. Carmen not being there is massive. When she's all your move speed, when she's the healing off the back of the Athletes and Holy Grail, you need her to be in these fights.
So we're going to take a little replay. Oh, no, we're not.
No, we're not.
No, we're not. We didn't need to see it. But yeah, 2 towers they got off that as well. Just unbelievable map play coming off from Vega Squadron. They definitely looked at the replays yesterday and thought, you know what, our macro needs a little work. Let's go in hard on Rampage.
And that's exactly what they're doing here so far. Extending that lead now up even further to a 7k lead at 16 minutes. They'll be pretty pleased with that so far, how this game is going. Rampage still kind of showing the same issues as yesterday. The team playing synergy isn't quite there yet. Sorry, whether that's down to a lack of synergy between the Koreans and the Japanese players may be the issue. But they're just a bit shaky. Needs to probably step it up and think about what else they can be doing here to stop playing so reactively. Playing reactive is what's losing them this game here. They're responding to the actions of Vega, and here's actually maybe a proactive play here, trying to get Blasting.
Yeah, Blasting just goes down there. Yeah, really beautiful play there coming out from Lemon, but Drobovic is going to chase this one up. Pupil going really low. But that Mantra Inspire coming out from Karma is really going to save them. I think that's going to be the catalyst in these team fights. Lemon's going to be able to protect everybody from going down in these early skirmishes and the early part of the team fight, and just protecting from the burst. And I think Lemon's going to be quite crucial in these.
Yeah, he is indeed. I've got to say as well, look at Blasting here. He's 0, 1, and 10. Before dying there, he was 0, 0, 10. This is how it feels playing as AD carry. Crazy.
Well, no, it does come out from Marin yet. Tussle yet again just disintegrating Edward, but he's actually going to get turned on. They leave the battle line completely open now. Unholy has got his eyes on Pupil there. Drobovic as well has got his eyes on Tussle. Drobovic does get knocked back there. The kick comes through. He almost goes down there. Zanzara actually almost just managed to scrape that kill together. Just Tussle just going in over and over again in his backline with very, very little backup. And this has been the story of this game, I feel. Maybe, like you said, the communication just not there between the Korean and Japanese players.
Well, that was interesting. That was twice then. It's twice there that Tussle managed to catch out 2 members of the team. And, they caught out 2 very easily and killed them. I was like, great, 2 kills. This is exactly what they need. And then get into a fight and lose 2 themselves. So all that work they've just done, all the resources they committed to getting those kills, is now worth nothing. It's a real shame because, you know, it looked good for them before that. They could have said, right, let's look towards the dragon. Let's look towards getting a couple of towers down. But just off the back of losing that fight and Tussle having to try and 1v1 against Drobovic here, who's 8-2 on the Victor, it just didn't work out for them in the end, unfortunately.
No, it did not. And our friendly neighbourhood Ocean Drake is back once again. Yay!
I think it's nice here for Rampage if they can get it. Really nice for Rampage. But at this point,
yeah,
I think it's probably going to be Vega who take it away.
Oh yeah, they're going to start up actually right now. As soon as you said that, they're just going to start that one up. And Edward actually, did he just steal away the blue? Oh no, he didn't. Lemon actually got it. That doesn't mean there's going to be an answer in the top side. Ocean Drake does 4. Vega Squadron has got that one, but in the top side they are going to take 1 tower. That's going to be the first tower on the game on the board for Rampage. But can they make anything off this? Tussle is in the top side as well, and the rest of Vega Squadron are going fine. You take our tier 1 in top, we take your tier 2 in bot lane.
Good stuff overall. I think having sacrificed the dragon there was a necessity. They did get top tower, which works out nicely for them. It gets them some more gold in the bank. But equally, if you don't then recall, rotate back up and defend your own tower, then again, it's just being negated here. This is, I think, the story of the game for Rampage, is they're making these plays and they're getting things done. But every single time they do it, it's just countered immediately and completely negated by Vega, either through a mistake from Rampage or through Vega just having really good macro play. Good steal.
There from downtown. Drobovic actually activates the ghost there. Lemming just gets completely caught off guard. Enchanted Crystal Arrow comes through. Pinned up against that wall. They were he was corralling him like a sheep into that wall, so they could guarantee the arrow landing. And Merrin using the ultimate to try and dissuade people, but the damage is just not there for him. Zanzara, in fact, actually gets caught here, kicked back in. Pupil gets the kill, but now Tussle just goes in, and he just gets stuck there. This time, maybe a good play, but just not working out. Drobovic, the damage coming out from him with that Rylai's is just absolutely oppressive. And Drobovic is just going to get those double buffs and go, thank you very much. I'm just going to sustain out this whole lane. I'd sustain. He's got the red buff, I suppose. They're going to take HP regen, but sustain through all his mana problems. And he's going to take the mid tower, and they're going to take the inhibitor as well. It looks like there's nothing Rampage can seemingly do.
Well, it's like they heard what I said and cast about a minute ago. Just might have a fight here, maybe. No Holy. Having to run away here, struggling to get away, but he's going to make it out safely. But yeah, it's like they heard what I've been saying, because I just don't get it. Again, with the Lee Sin there going in thinking, yeah, we've got Nidalee, we can get a kill here. They got the kill, sure. But then you lost Tussle straight after him. What did that mean? You then lost your inhibitor tower. Trying to force those kind of kills just isn't worth it, I don't think. You can get a kill for free, take it, or if you can engage and you know you're going to come out on top of that fight overall, then do it. But if you're going to lose a fight like that, knowing, okay, well, there's a Victor CC, there's the Ashe ult, there's the Zyra Exhaust, the Zyra Root, Ultimate. There's so much stuff there that was like, well, if you come in, you're not getting out of this one alive, and that's exactly what happened. So for Tussle, again, same mistakes as yesterday. Good aggression in the early game, but not using it correctly in the mid game, either not enough or far too much, and in that case there, probably far too much.
Yeah, we have a look at the build as well. Lemon's going just all the supportive items. Athene's on the sensor. And we might just see our Magises. We've got 10 stacks on the Dark Seal on the top and 10 stacks in the middle. I didn't even see Drobovic pick up that Dark Seal.
Now, you tend to buy it on the first back. Either buy it first, and then you take 3 pots of lane, have it sustained forever for days, or you buy it on your second back when you've got the Doran's ring, and then you pick up the Dark Seal afterwards. Both of them work quite nicely. It's very easy to kind of know, based on how the first few minutes of the lane goes, whether or not you should buy Dark Seal. Depends if the jungler's promises, okay, I'll get involved. But here comes the curtain call.
They want to try and make something here. Blasting gets caught out in the backside. Edward actually gets kicked on as well. Yeah, nice kick up and follow through. But Drovovic's now in the front line there. He is going to get stunned up as well by the Aurelia, but she's almost going to go down. One more tick will do it. It will not happen. Tussle gets caught in the tower. Again! Just gets queued. That Sheen proc doing so much work. Takes him down. Pupil in the mid lane as well. Non-Holy has joined the fight. Double kill coming through for Drobovic. He didn't need any more stacks, but he's going to get him. He's maxed out that Dark Seal. And Tussle just following these queues in when seemingly doesn't need to.
Well, I can't keep repeating the point now to before everyone to death is watching at home, of course, but that's exactly what's happening right now. Unholy.
Merrin has been caught out. Yeah, Lemon actually using the Ghost to get away. He's going to be at one speedy Karma. She's actually just going to go on the aggressive now. But Victor just does so much damage. You don't want to face Drobovic right now. They do get the lockup, but Non-Holy on the Echo. He's pretty mobile. But yeah, Lee Sin, Tussle, he's a high pressure jungler, likes these niddlies, these Lee Sins, but maybe the just keeps going. I don't know, man. That's Lee Syndrome at its finest, right?
It pretty much is, yeah. I think this is Tussle trying to force something, or like you say, the Lee Syndrome, where you see your name up in lights, you see the enemy laner dead, you go for it, and then you end up dead yourself. I think he needs to stop going for the engages because he knows, well, the Victor especially knows that if that Q lands and the Lee Sin comes in, he just drops the gravity field at his feet, and that's going to be a very stunned up Lee Sin, and in that case, a very dead Lee Sin, because you're facing off against a 12-2 Victor now who's just pitched up Lich Bane. What can you do against that? It's so difficult to stop. His dueling potential is insane right now.
I love Lich Bane on Victor. Just does so much damage. Just, you walk up to the AD carry and you pretty much two-hit them. Fantastic. Empowered auto on top of the Lich Bane. Beautiful.
Why I don't
Unholy
AD carry.
Yeah, exactly. That's the same. That's what I don't, because I just don't want to get one-shot by the mid laner every single team fight, because they just flash ult, or like Victor just Q autos me. It's horrible. Fine mechanical roll.
I say blasting as well. 0, 2, and 13 right now. He is truly taking on the role of the support of the team. He's got a better KD at this point than Edward, but he's on 0, 4, 9. Steal away there. Well, more of a defense by Yatori than a steal. Baron being started up now.
Yeah. Baron is the target. It's going to get warded out. Gets quickly destroyed though. Only a blue ward. But look at the damage coming through. It's just absolutely insane from the Ashe. It does get taken over, in fact. But the ultimate from Jhin is going to catch up blasting. He goes down. Lemon secures the kill. But Yatori, he might go down as well. Drogovic with the damage. Look at that Lich Bane go. Absolutely insane. And now Tussle,
the burn.
1v3 situation, but the burn actually did kill Victor there. Tussle actually, is this your time to shine, buddy? Zanzaro is really low. Non-Holy is there, though. He is so tanky. I don't think Tussle's going to be able to kill him. No armor pen from him. Tries to get the Q on the minion. Not going to work. Non-Holy finishes that one up, but Drogovic taken down really early in that fight, actually. Just almost turned that around, but still, 2 Baron buffs on the side of Vega Squadron. We'll see what they can do with it.
4 for 3 fight overall. Definitely not too bad when you walk away with the Baron as well. And now you're sat at about 11.5k in the lead. It's looking really good for them. And there's another Ocean Drake available there. So that's a Mountain and 2 Oceans that are going to be on the side of Vega here. Assuming, of course, nothing crazy happens and Rampage don't steal it away. But surely here is Rampage. You're going to start looking towards the next game now and start thinking, what can we change here and what went seriously wrong? And number one for me is the over-aggression. We've seen it all game from Tussle going in too deep. I appreciate aggression is a way to get ahead on a Lee Sin, especially in the early game, but when you know that someone's really fed, like this Victor, don't commit everything to try and kill them. He's 2 or 3 levels above you. He can probably melt you in 2 or 3 abilities as well. Just play it safe and try and look for the good picks onto someone like the Ashe, maybe even the Nidalee if needs be as well, because the chance of you getting that Victor without committing everything and then getting melted when your cooldowns are up, that's going to be the time where things start going very wrong, as we've seen this game so far.
Yeah, just Tussle with the over-aggression. They did manage to catch out blasting last time on the Ashe. Like you said, really supportive AD carry right now. It's 0-3 and 16. Edward has more kills than she does. But that means she's not doing a lot of damage. Just that she does get caught a little bit often. But the defensive, I mean, the CC and everything coming out from Vega Squadron, we mentioned it at the start of the game, just working wonders for them. Non-Holy is going to siege up that top tower, and that inhibitor will fall in favour of Vega Squadron. The pressure coming out from them is just absolutely immense right now. It's a wonder what Rampage can actually do to make it in this game again.
Yeah, well, being sieged down by a Baron buff is never fun, especially not when it's in 2 lanes and you've got supers pushing down the mid lane as well. But this looks like what it's going to be now is start hitting away on this bot lane tower as well. Still not taking it down just yet, mind you, but the root lands. Here comes the curtain call.
Curtain call does come out. Zanzaro does get knocked straight back into the tower, but that zoning Zyro just does so much work. Ashe picks up a kill there, and now Yatori is in a 3v1 situation. Lemon just can't get to him quick enough, but now Drovovic's going really low. Ghost pop from him. This could actually be the fight. Non-Holy picking up 2, Ashe picking up another one. There's your kills on the board, buddy. You finally got some 3 kills for her, making it a triple kill. And I think this is the end of the game. Vega Squadron taking the first game in its best of 3 against Rampage.
They will indeed do just that. It's looking pretty convincing for them so far, and you do start wondering, can Rampage actually hold on in the second series, or will it be Vega going on to face the Saigon Jokers this afternoon to determine who gets that second spot at IEM Gyeonggi? We're going into Game 2 very soon, and let's see what gets changed up there.